Hey, run for you now. Oh, wie how? Hello. So, I think this week I might make this one a bit shorter because I've done extra bonus video all about weighing my plates. So if you want to check that out, it'll be on my channel. Basically, I got a comment on a short video I did where I bench 89 kg. First time benching it since my trap injury. And someone called out that I was using like plastic weights. So, see, I have two 5 kg kind of plastic vinyl kind of plates that came with the bench, and I have four 10 kg ones. Yeah, so you're not lifting weights. That's not real. Yeah, some people, I don't know, I don't think some people ever lift or they ever actually go to the gym or they know stuff with plates. Um, Basically, I weighed all my plates and all of them are pretty much fine, but one is a half a kg off, which is really bad. For the most part, they're all slightly over. I think it's normal for them to be slightly over, slightly under. But a half a kg off might explain a lot of times when I'm on the bench, because I feel like I have a bit of an imbalance, but not that much. So maybe if I'm trying to suffice for one, there might be something there with that. But the big thing about today, regardless of all that, the big thing was going back to working out after my trap. So I went to the physio and I didn't have a shoulder injury. I had sobrecarga de fibres del trapecio. In Spanish, in English, that's basically um, like upper trap overload or overstress. So basically, the physio said that just whatever I was doing put way too much stress or put way too much fatigue and pressure on my trap muscle. And oh my god, from Saturday to Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's like 6 days I was in horrible pain. I had to like brace my shoulder and walk around like a hunchback all week, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. Um, debilitating pain. But going to the physio, he gave me the most painful massage I've ever had in my life for about 50 minutes. And it was horrible. I actually rang up 2 days after because he said, you'll feel better in a day or two. You can go back training. And a day or two passed, 2 days passed, and I rang and I was like, hey, can I have another session because this is killing me? He said, yo, wait, relax. You need a bit more time. And literally the following day, the pain started to subside. I had like a lump in my back as well. Like even though all the pain was on my neck and kind of my collarbone at the front, it's all connected to the back of the trap there. And reviewing videos and everything, it looks like, I thought it was the barbell shrugs, because when I shrugged, I felt unbelievable pain after. But looking at the videos, I think the only thing where my technique was off was rear delt raises, which I've never really liked these. And I never feel like with the light weight that I actually, even if I do it slow and controlled, I never feel like I'm hitting my traps. It's just not an exercise I like. And then I upped the weight, and I've upped the weight to much higher weight than the day I injured it. But it was I did 2 workouts in one session to kind of make up for losing out in the workout. And yeah, I was watching that video and I was shrugging the weight up, and I kept looking to my right, because I just in that exercise I just have a bad habit of like wanting to see the weight go up, and it just looks like that's what caused the trouble. But yesterday was my first push workout. I have a video on that, I think, and yeah, today is my first pull workout, which I was much more worried about, because I feel like with pulling movements, your traps can get way more involved. But I did take some steps to make sure I didn't aggravate anything or mess up anything. So the first thing I did was 4 sets of pull-ups to failure. The first one I did was 10 reps. Brilliant. 10 reps, really good. Um, Happy with that. But then after that, I think it was 9 and then 6 and 5, or like endurance wise with pull-ups, I start really well the first 2 sets, and my last 2 sets are horrible. But okay, I'm happy enough with that. I did feel a bit strange once or twice, like Joe, because I feel like when you're in the last few reps when you're trying to get yourself up, I think you take other muscles, you try to get help where you can. Um, and I wanted to start changing my pull-ups to weighted pull-ups, but I'm going to wait a little bit now because of this injury. I didn't push myself as hard as I could. I think I could have gotten an extra rep or two in the last 2 sets, but I just didn't want to mess anything up. And then the second thing I did was my bent over rows. So I normally do my bent over rows for 60, 49. I think I do my bent over rows for about 69 kg. And I normally take an overhand grip and I bring them back. Overhand grip and bring them back. That's one where I was really worried, because if the weight's too heavy, or I don't know, I find that when you try to do bent over rows good, like where you leave your shoulders hang out and you go as low as you can and try to get as much stretch as you can, then bring it up. I do feel like you're incorporating a lot of back, but I do feel, for me, I'm trying to bring the bar to my waist, so I shouldn't incorporate much of my traps. But sometimes I like to bring it closer to my stomach to, hit some different muscles and just change it up slightly. I don't think either, I could be wrong. Please let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think either is wrong, but I was worried that that would hit my trap. So for my first 2 sets, I dropped the weight to 49 kg. I just did it slow, controlled, nice, and I took an underhand grip, because I know with bent over rows, I have a lot of friends that do bent over rows with underhand grip, and they thought it was weird that I do overhand grip, and some people just mix it up. I've always done an overhand grip, so I said I'll change to that underhand grip. And it felt pretty good. I felt like I was hitting muscles I don't normally hit. It felt a bit weird on my wrist because I have a straight bar. I have only got one barbell, so I have to use that barbell for everything. I don't have an easy bar, or I don't have anything else I can use. But I don't know, it felt good, it felt different. I might try to do this going forward for a little while and then switch between the two. Just to get different muscles incorporated and different things hitting and fixing where I think they're good. Yeah, and then I finished up bicep curls, 39 kg. I normally get 11 or 12 reps. I did terrible with the bicep curls. I just couldn't pull. I just couldn't hit the way I normally hit. It had nothing to do with the trap. I think it might be down to I'm cutting weight. Um, I am. I'm going to go on a cut. My next video is going to be about the road to 15% body fat, or like this is the last getting started video. But you know what? Let's just start the series here. No, I'll do it in the next video. I'll do it in the next video. The next one will definitely be road to 15% body fat, or 12% I think is too much of a distance. But like, I weighed myself I weighed myself earlier there and I think it was like 87 kg. I don't think that's very representative. I like to go by what I weigh in the morning. When I first started cutting weight, which is about a week and a half ago now, I was 88 kg, 88.1 kg in the morning. When I weighed myself this morning, I was 85.5. So that's a good drop. Um, but with that, I'm not going to be able to lift the same weights that I can lift because volume moves volume, weight lifts weight, and I've been at this weight for so long and I felt like strong. I think cutting 5 to 10 kg, that's going to be a massive difference. So I think the same weights that I lift now are going to take so much more effort. So I think I'm going to have to temper my expectations. And I could see that with the bicep curls. I felt like if I was 2 or 3 kg heavier, I would have easily gotten the extra couple of reps that I normally get. So maybe I'm going to have to lower the weight on that to hit the rep range I want to hit, and that'll be fine. I just have to accept it. I think that'll be the hard thing about cutting. Because I've never really done a cut. I've kind of a main gain. I kind of like the main gain idea, is just try to keep myself not too heavy at a good weight. But the more I've looked at it, I think I'm at like 22% body fat. And it's not bad, but I just want to get down to 15 and see if I can main gain from there for a while. See how that works. So, all in all, good workout. Pull days over. Not injured. I do feel a little stiffness, a little tightness up here. I'm hoping it's not going to be anything, but I won't know until tomorrow. So push is done. Week 4, push done, pull done. Next video will be getting out of this getting started series and going into the road 2 or getting shredded. I don't know. It's going into the diet phase anyway. And legs is up next. And legs is the one where I got my injury last time, but that's because I do some upper movements at the end. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But I feel super happy to be back, super happy to be back training. I miss these endorphins. The week and a half of not training was horrible. I didn't like it. So yeah, let's get back into it. Ha!